Hello! We have one longer story today in multiple updates that took Am I the Jerk by storm over the last month. I think it even reached number 1 as the top Reddit story and just got what seems like a final update, so it's ready to sink our teeth into. Speaking of sinking teeth in, one woman in our next story desperately tries to sink hers into one man at the expense of another. It's a bold move for sure, but her schemes fail to account for the collateral damage and invite nothing but double the trouble. Story 1. So, I'm a twin. My brother and I hang out all the time and we are super close. In a few days, it's our 25th birthday. We share the same friend group and we're all really close and have been since school. He has a close group of girlfriends, about 5 of them, who I have also known for many years. I would class them as being closer with him in recent years, but we are all still good friends and socialize often together. Now, I have been added to a group chat labeled My Brother's Name Surprise Dinner. It's a surprise birthday dinner for my twin brother organized by one of the girls in that group, and they have invited me as a guest. One of them also said in the group that it would be nice to see me as well. So I just feel like an afterthought. I wouldn't really have minded if the girls wanted to organize a surprise birthday evening exclusively for my brother and themselves. However, they have also invited my partner and some of my brother and I's closest friends. This feels inconsiderate and quite upsetting. I can't understand why I would be invited to my literal twin brother's surprise birthday dinner with me only invited as a guest. It obviously is also my birthday involving all of our friends. My girlfriend also found this action to be extremely rude and wondered why this girl didn't just reach out to her. They could have organized a surprise involving both of us instead, or have just involved both my brother and I and left the surprise element out of it. In the chat, it is clearly stated that we are all to arrive at one time, while my brother is due to arrive 20 minutes later. The thought of attending makes me feel weird because it's just a celebration for his birthday when him and I are literally born on the same day. This isn't new information to the organizer. Also, every year my brother and I do something together because we want to and because we have the same friends. Last year, our friends and my girlfriend set up a massive dinner for our birthday to which everyone was invited, including the girl group. So now I'm at a crossroads. I don't know whether or not to attend. On one hand, if I don't go, I will feel left out because our mutual friends are going. But on the other hand, if I do go, I will feel like I'm letting myself be disrespected and I will likely feel uncomfortable as it feels like only my brother is being celebrated. So, would I be the jerk if I took a stand and didn't go? Edit. My girlfriend has just checked the chat and the organizer has booked the dinner for 10 people and a set menu. There are currently 11 attending, excluding my girlfriend and I. If we went, this would make it way over capacity. Now we really aren't sure if we should go because what if we turn up and there is no room? This makes it slightly more awkward as we may not be able to just pull up a chair and join. Also, the dinner is tomorrow. Thanks for all the kind messages as well. I will definitely give an update after everything plays out. In the end, Reddit voted OP as not the jerk. In the comments, KitKat said, "Not the jerk. I would not go. Do something with your brother earlier that day, then treat yourself to something special with your girl later on. And you might want to look into getting a new group of friends. Are you sure they even like you?" Bored Viking added, "You must clearly organize something with your brother for that evening. That forces someone to tell your brother that he can't go with you, since they have organized a surprise party for him alone. Or they don't, and you have a good evening with your brother. Not the jerk. Break the surprise and talk to your brother. Something about this is off." I could postulate, but there is something going on here that isn't just someone wanting to throw a B-Day dinner. If you usually celebrate with your twin and your close friends, it sounds like this person is trying to be mean to you and disrupt that on purpose. Not the Jury asked, "What if it is actually a surprise for both the twins, but they both think it is just for the other twin?" Mails Davis added, "This would be hilarious. Waiting for the other twin to make a similar Am I the Jerk post now." Not surprising that Reddit voted for not the jerk here. I mean, who does this? I know not everyone likes their birthday, but come on. It's definitely a no-no to ignore that it's someone's special day. I can't help but wonder, am I missing something? Our second story is the 2 updates that followed. The OP starts by answering the most common questions, giving some background and context to the first story. So let's jump back into it right away before we find out what happened at the party. Does the lady friend scheme win the boy in the end? We find out in story 2. Hey, sorry guys. I know you have all been wanting an update, but I feel like I really had to sit with my feelings for a few days and really think about the nuisances of the situation. I think he meant nuances, but reading as is. I also want to thank you all for your supportive comments. It made me feel like I wasn't going crazy. There's been a lot of common questions, so I'll try to answer those first. Could this be a secret surprise for me too? No, definitely not. I was added to the group chat with all the other guests. Also, I was given instructions on when to be there and when we would all surprise my brother. Also, this girl is not that thoughtful. And if it was a secret surprise, my partner would have known and wouldn't have just let me suffer in silence. Does this girl have a crush on my brother? I was actually impressed by people's intuition. It's not really a straightforward crush. She's been hot and cold with him, but they aren't together. I do think that she tries to be the most important girlfriend in his life, though. So I think her organizing the surprise dinner is her way of further trying to achieve that status. So you guys were spot on, haha. To the few who said that I need to get over my feelings and go, I would have had absolutely no problem at all if they wanted to do something with just my brother alone. Like, if they had just left it to their girl group to celebrate him and left me out of it. I respect that they are closer to my brother and I would have been happy for him. The problem arises when I'm invited as a bystander and my partner and some of my best friends are invited too, while completely disregarding that it's my birthday also. Why haven't some of my closest friends who were invited said anything? I got a call from a friend the day of the dinner. He said he spoke with our other close friend and they agreed that it was extremely rude and a strange thing to do. I asked him why none of them spoke up on my behalf, and he just apologized and said he didn't have any excuses for it. They still ended up going to the dinner. My other close friend rang up the day and she said that she is not attending because it doesn't feel right to do so. Then this close friend ended up texting one of the girls from that group, explaining why she won't be there. The girl then responded with excuses and said it's not that big of a deal. So I spoke to my other close friends who are also twins, they weren't invited to the dinner, and just asked them how they would feel if they were in this situation. They pretty much said what the majority of you all said. They were so angry on my behalf and said that it is extremely messed up and that they wouldn't go if this was them. They then created a new dinner plan with myself, my girlfriend, and my brother and our closest friends so that we can do a new celebration after our birthday instead. I didn't go to the dinner. It was 2 nights ago, so my girlfriend and I went to see a movie instead. We figured if we took the radio silent route, our absence would hopefully speak for itself. I was really considering saying something in that chat, but I was also not wanting them to paint me as aggressive. I was also considering calling my brother the morning of and ruining the surprise because I wanted to let him know what was going on and just talk to him. In the end, though, I felt like a jerk doing that to him. I wanted him to have his moment too. So I decided to wait until the day after the dinner to say something. I spoke to my brother yesterday and showed him the post, and he recognized that it was very rude and stupid of her and said it felt weird for him too. He explained that he had nothing to do with it, which of course I already knew that, and let him know that I never blamed him for it at all. He said that at the dinner, the organizer said that she invited me and my partner, but that we just didn't come. So he wasn't actually aware that I was invited only as a guest until afterwards. But he hasn't said anything to her yet. I'm not sure if he will mention something to her later on or not, though. The organizer hasn't said anything to me either, but I don't really care about hearing from her anyway. Yesterday, both me and my brother went to the new celebration dinner together. It was really nice, and we both had a really good time. So really, this whole thing just highlights who my actual friends are. Update 2. I honestly don't know if this is the best way to go about updating, but here goes. It's been about a week now. Last night, my partner and I went for some drinks, and my brother also came. The organizer of the surprise birthday party showed up there too at the same bar. First time seeing her since the birthday event. My brother said to my partner and I that he did not invite her tonight, and that she had just asked what he was doing, and has now just shown up with 2 male friends. Strange. Anyway, she walked in, looked me and my girlfriend up and down and completely ignored us and went straight for my brother and some of our other friends. My girlfriend and I were in absolute disbelief that she could be so rude, especially after everything. We thought maybe she would try to make amends, but clearly not. She made a point of ignoring us but left not too long after she arrived as she was out of place a bit, because my brother made a point of sitting with me instead of over by her. My girlfriend then said to my brother, "What does she have to be so mean for?" And my brother agreed. I think he is starting to create some distance between himself and her. Maybe. Haha, we'll see. It's clear to see where the organizer's mentality is at, though. In the comments, Previous Feeling said, "You are better than I am. I'm not a twin, but I still probably would have felt upset and said something. If not in the group chat, then at least to the organizer herself. But as you said, it's pretty obvious she has feelings for your brother, and all she did was show her true colors along with your friends." OP replied, "Yeah, I thought about maybe saying something next time I'm around her, but then again, I can't see her taking any genuine accountability. I've heard they have already regarded it as no big deal. I think it might make me feel worse to be gaslit. Haha. I know within myself and that many others think it was wrong of her, so if she doesn't want to admit that, then that's fine by me." Petty Honest Throwaway said, "Wow, those conversations went a lot less well than I had hoped. I understand not wanting to upset people or rock the boat, but even your brother's blasé response kind of is sad. It's good you got past that, and I do hope he never dates this girl too. No one should date someone so willing to dismiss and deselect their family in a very demeaning way. As long as he remains friends with her and doesn't address anything, this may become what all special events and birthdays become." OP replied, "Well, he's read the post and the comments on it, so hopefully he can come to his own realizations about it, as I didn't want to impose my own opinion on him. I think it is hard to acknowledge that one of his closest friends could do something or be like that. I think it's also hard when he has them downplaying the situation too. What's going on here? I think OP deserves the same backup he's giving his brother in this situation, and it kinda seems like it's just a one-way street. It doesn't seem like his twin was really all that bothered. I mean, if he was, wouldn't he have said something? People do that for friends, never mind twins, as in, hey, we should include so-and-so so they don't feel left out or so their feelings aren't hurt. I expect friends to have that level of thoughtfulness, so I would certainly hope my twin would show up in that way. And can I just say, what are the chances of having a second pair of twins in the same friend group? I'm glad OP was able to validate his feelings with them because it kind of seems like the group is divided. Half see these shenanigans for what they are, crush or no crush. And the other half think it's okay? I think I would be a little crushed. I mean, I love my birthday. And that's it for today. Until next time, shine bright, Starlight. If you've enjoyed the story and would like to hear more, consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Thanks, and bye for now.